what's going on, YouTube? So this is a random video. You know, I just get home. It's 5 in the morning, all right? And the last article I seen on Boxing Scene just now was about Dana White's reaction to Floyd Mayweather's video about Conor McGregor. You know, he did an interview recently. He was walking in the street somewhere. I actually saw it. Okay, he did an interview. They asked him about Conor McGregor. The guy that interviewed him asked Floyd, what did he think about the Conor McGregor fight? Floyd said he didn't see it. Then the guy compared Floyd to Conor and said Conor is the Floyd Mayweather of the MMA. And Floyd didn't like that comment very much. He thought it was disrespectful. Okay, he said things like, you know, I've been fighting for 20 years. You know, I've been on top for 20 years. I'm undefeated. You know, I made 300 million in one night, 100 million, you know, all of this stuff. I've had titles in 5 different divisions. How can you compare this guy to me? So he thought it was disrespectful. This is what he said. It's disrespectful to compare Conor McGregor to me. Okay? Which is true. All right? And listen, this is not no fanboy video. All right? I watch both sports. All right? I've been watching UFC since the first UFC. Okay, I've become more of a casual fan, but I still watch it. You know, I still pay attention. I know who the top fighters of all time are in the UFC. All right, so this is not no fanboy video. I know this is a boxing channel, but I do like both fighters. I'm a fan of Floyd and Conor. But I see where Floyd is coming from. Okay, Floyd is nearly 40 years old, and they're comparing this guy to me. Now, Dana White replied and responded to that by saying, look at this kid, he's only 28 years old, look at what he's done, and he still have a long way to go. You know, Conor is special. You know, whoever he touches goes to sleep. Okay, Floyd puts people to sleep as well, but he was pretty much implying that Floyd was a born fighter. The only time he puts people to sleep is when they're not looking. He said something like that, all right? So, I get what both are saying. I agree when it comes to Floyd saying that this guy hasn't done what I've done, which is true, all right? But I both disagree with both of them, you know, at the same time, because as far as Floyd Mayweather, when you were 28, right? Because I just checked. When Floyd was 28 years old, he had beaten Sean Bay Mitchell. This is his first fight at 147, right? Around that time. And this was before he fought Oscar, okay? Floyd was a young star, but he wasn't on level of Conor McGregor. Now, as far as resumes is concerned, they're very comparable, okay? Conor has beaten Jose Aldo, Chad Mendes, Nate Diaz. All right, he just recently beat what's his kid name? Eddie Alvarez. All right, but Jose Aldo. All right, if you don't watch MMA, Jose Aldo to me is one of the best UFC fighters of all time. Okay, top 10. All right, and for the fact that Conor beat him in 13 seconds is crazy. I thought Jose was going to win that fight. You know, I actually thought Chad Mendes was going to beat Conor McGregor, all right? Not trying to diss him, it's just that's who I picked to win. I thought Chad was going to win the fight. And I thought Jose was definitely going to win the fight, all right? And I wanted Jose to win the fight because I'm a bigger Jose fan than Conor McGregor, all right? But Conor knocked him out in 13 seconds. And Jose Aldo is a guy that, like I said, he's a top 10 all time. There's only a few guys on Floyd's resume that is better than Jose Aldo in MMA. Jose Aldo's that big. I mean, Conor beat some other good fighters, but Jose Aldo is on another level. Like, he's all-time great type of MMA fighter. He's an all-time great MMA fighter, okay? I know it's a younger sport, but you have to look at it like that. Now, at 28... Floyd, I guess we can roll with Diego Corrales as being his best performance, in my opinion. All right, Diego Corrales was a top 5 pound for pound fighter by the time Floyd fought him. Okay, Floyd knocked him down like how many times? 5 times. Okay, huge win for Floyd, and Floyd stopped him. Okay, he didn't do it in 13 seconds, but it was an amazing. It was Floyd's. People still can say that was his best performance throughout his whole career. All right, so we can make the argument. We can compare the two. All right, resume at that age, we can compare it. Or as far as fame, as far as finances, because Floyd brought the finances up, right? They're not comparable. With the money, the kind of money that Conor McGregor is getting paid now, Floyd was not getting paid back then. Okay? He wasn't. All right. And I don't believe Floyd is nearly as famous as Conor McGregor is right now. All right? Conor McGregor is definitely the most famous fighter in the UFC right now. Okay? And you can make the argument that he's the most famous there's ever been because, you know, if you look at some of the most famous fighters and when they were at their prime, you know, George St. Pierre, BJ Penn, Chuck Liddell, all right, you got John Jones, all right, you know, I just keep going on bringing up different names in MMA, you know, Matt Hughes, you know, Rampage. We bring up all these famous names. I'm just throwing random famous MMA names out there. Okay, Anderson Silva. All right, even Anderson Silva. All right, these are some of the most famous MMA fighters of all time. And Conor right now, I've never seen any kind of buzz in UFC. Even guys that don't watch. There's some guys. Some of those guys I just named. If you're not a UFC fan, you might not still know some of those names. But everybody knows who Conor McGregor is, whether you watch the sport or not. Everybody knows that guy. Everyone knows that guy. You know what I'm saying? There's people that don't even know who Anderson Silva is, which is crazy, but it's true. Some people don't know who he is. You know, and he's arguably the greatest MMA fighter of all time. Number 1. You know, and people don't know who he is. But Conor McGregor is that famous already at 28. So I know Floyd might take it as disrespect because what he's done throughout his whole career. Then you got this guy, everybody's coming in his face. And I understand Floyd because people are bringing him up to him all the time. People are bringing, every time Conor fights someone and wins, everyone's bringing up Floyd. You know, I've seen these guys on, not ESPN, but maybe ESPN as well, but on Fox Sports, Skip Bayless. He's going on there saying that he would beat Floyd Mayweather. You know, these mainstream sports channels are always bringing it up. Now, whenever Conor does something, everybody's bringing up Floyd Mayweather. I mean, listen, they almost fought this year. So it's not like and Floyd was promoting the fight. Floyd was posting posters on his own Instagram account, on his Twitter, on his social media. He wanted to fight himself. So it's not like Floyd can completely diss him. If you're willing to fight the man, you were entertaining that fight, you can't completely diss him. Once again, I'm going to repeat it. As a whole, Conor McGregor, his resume, what he's done, what the money he's made, it doesn't compare to Floyd's. Overall, no, not 39-year-old Floyd. But at 28, hell yeah, it compares to it. Now, something Dana White said about the KOs. Well, back then, Floyd was, his KO ratio was a lot higher. Okay, once he started fighting the elite at 147 and fighting a few guys at 154, the ratio went down. Okay, he wasn't knocking everyone out. All right, that's what happens when you move up in weight and you're fighting better fighters. You know, Conor didn't knock out Diaz. All right, so Conor hasn't fought, and Conor's a naturally bigger guy. Conor hasn't really fought the guys his size or bigger like that. He hasn't fought too many of them. Okay? He's fighting a lot of smaller guys. And once he gets to that level, once he starts fighting guys at 170 or whatever, it might be harder to get those KOs. It might not be. I don't know. We haven't seen it. But I think that part of what Dana White said was a little unfair, because when Floyd was at the lower weights, he was getting a lot more knockouts. Okay, he was stopping a lot of guys at that time. He doesn't get them that much no more, but he was getting them back then. All right. I know Floyd feels it's disrespectful, but when people say he's the Floyd Mayweather of MMA, some people are going to believe skill-wise, whatever. Well, because he's hot right now. People are just going to do that. It's a different sport. Okay? Whoever the best kickboxer in the world is, I don't even know. All right? Whoever that guy is, people might say he's the Floyd Mayweather of kickboxing. Actually, I know who it is. I just forgot his name, but I've seen him fight before. And he's very fundamentally sound. Right? I forgot his name though, but I've seen him fight before. People will just say that. No, he hasn't done what Floyd Mayweather has done in boxing. But because he's number one, people say that he's the Floyd Mayweather of that sport. You get what I'm saying? People are just going to say that. All right? And there's plenty of MMA fans that don't agree that Conor's the best. A lot of MMA fans think he's overrated. They like him. They think he's fun. But a lot of people don't think he's really that good, you know, or the best, you know, with, you know, or the most talented, maybe the most famous, but maybe not the most talented. All right. I don't think he's the most talented in MMA, but the reason why people bring him up is because look at the characters. Look, they're both the same. Conor is a major shit talker. Okay? Conor is like how Floyd was when he fought Oscar De La Hoya. He was very disrespectful to his face. When Floyd turned into the bad guy, that's the guy he became. You know? So I don't think that's how I look at it. It's like you gotta give Conor his credit though. The guy he's doing a lot. And for him to be the first guy in MMA to hold 2 titles at the same time, that's big. He's the first one to ever do it. He hasn't held 5 titles in UFC, but no one has. No one has done that. There's plenty of boxers that has done that and more. Not plenty, but you know what I'm saying. There are other fighters in boxing that has done what Floyd done, as far as holding as many titles as Floyd. Okay? And UFC, you got to remember, it's still a young sport. So, and it's a growing sport. And in my opinion, it's starting to be pretty much bigger than boxing. Outside of the two big pay-per-views you got per year, which may not even happen anymore because Manny Pacquiao and Floyd, you know, Floyd might be done and Manny Pacquiao's on his way out. Outside of those two, it's not really too many guys that's making that kind of money like that. It's not too many of them. Okay, so UFC is a younger sport, a growing sport, and there are records that's there to be broken because it's so fresh. But that's why people are comparing it, and Floyd is going to keep getting these questions. And I don't see why the fans are getting so angry about it. Turning into a MMA thing is very simple. Floyd almost fought this dude. Let's not forget that Floyd was going to fight this dude in the beginning of the year. You know, he can play it, I didn't see the fight. He can play it like that all he wants. But Floyd was actually going to fight this dude, and Conor backed out. Okay? For whatever reason. So you can't play him too much anymore if you was going to fight him. But at the same time, I see where Floyd is coming from. because he got this young guy and everybody's throwing this young guy in my face. What does this guy do compared to me? I'm an elephant, he's an ant. That's what Floyd said. I'm an elephant. That's true, okay? But at 28 years old, this kid is doing crazy stuff right now. At 28, who knows where he's going to be at 39 or even before that. He might hit that money. He might hit the 300 million mark before he's even at Floyd Mayweather's age. If there's somebody out there that's big enough, because you got to remember, Floyd Mayweather made that money in one night based on who he fought. Okay, he wasn't just getting that per night. He made it because he fought a man that fought the fight built up for 5-6 years before you finally fought him. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen in MMA because the best fight the best all the time. You rank up, you got to fight the next guy. If you don't fight the next guy, it doesn't happen that way. You have to. You have to. There's no ducking. There's no, he didn't want to take the trust, he didn't agree to this. It's none of that. All right? So it worked out in his favor. And this is why guys like Canelo and Gennady, this is why fights like that is not happening now, because they're trying to do the same thing that Floyd and Pacquiao did. This is why they're trying to push fights off and let it build for 2-3 years at a time before we see a fight that's supposed to happen. Because they're trying to follow the same blueprint Manny Pacquiao and Floyd did in boxing. But in MMA, no, you got to fight the next best guy. You have consistent, tough, difficult fights. It's not what Danny Garcia just did. It's not like that. I'm going to have a tune-up before I fight Keith Thurman. No, we're going to have you fight. If boxing was MMA, Danny would fight Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Kell Brook, Errol Spence all in a row. Manny Pacquiao, Tim Broder. You fight all those guys in a row. And if you keep winning, which most don't, because most fighters in the UFC don't keep winning. Most fighters, some of the greatest fighters, got double digits amounts of losses because they fight the best fighters all the time. You see what I'm saying? So it's no tune up here, tune up. It's not how it works in that sport. It's not like that. All right. Anyway, this video is longer than I expected to do. I just wanted to bring up some points on both ends. Let me know what you guys think. All right. Make sure you guys subscribe. All right. Big fight week this week. Andre Ward's fighting Kovalev. I canceled all plans to watch that fight. I will do a couple videos on that fight this week before the fight. And I'm thinking about doing one of those live Google things or whatever, what people do. The live thing. I might do that on the fight night. Depending, if I have people here, I'm not going to do it because I'm going to have company. But if I'm here and I'm just chilling, watching a fight on my own, I might do one of those live things during the fight because this is the biggest fight in boxing, in my opinion. All right, and make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.